You're hearing a lot of disappointment today, and I'm going to continue that theme. And I would just say this: you don't move Minnesota forward with a red veto pen. You just don't do that. That is what today the governor has chosen to do. Put that red veto pen to the best tax bill I think that we could have ever put together, and we put it together, and to give it the red veto pen. That does not move Minnesota forward. We have a state that is adjudged by others as the 44th worst business climate state in the nation. We had a chance with this tax bill to improve that rating by the tiniest of bit. The tiniest of bit. It's profound, but it's not profound to the point that moves that number very far. But the governor has elected, through this veto, not to do that. In the process, he has taken down what I think we would all agree to be the best jobs bill that this session will probably ever see. There's simply no question about it. This is an outstanding jobs bill. This would have put many, many people to work. The governor has chosen to take that down. I tell you what, for a guy from Rochester, I just don't understand this. I don't understand his motivation. It's frustrating, it's disappointing, it's disheartening. I think it's a slap in the face to the citizens of Minnesota. We can do better than this. We've got a couple days left of this session, Governor. I would simply ask that you step forward, offer some counter proposals which you know that we can work with you on, try to make something work. We need to move Minnesota forward. Red veto pens don't do that.
Senator Rortman, when you say there will be consequences, what are you referring to?
As I said, I think folks are losing confidence if they haven't already lost confidence in the governor's willingness to negotiate in good faith.
Mr. Speaker, are you talking about the stadium specifically or just in general?
I didn't mention the stadium, you did. I mentioned the tax bill. Well, there are still votes ahead. The governor's still looking for support. And I think people are looking at the end and saying, why would we help him with his priorities? He's made the Viking Stadium his #1 priority. We've said our priority should come first. That tax relief for all Minnesota businesses, small and large, and for property taxpayers, homeowners, should come first before we consider a big subsidy program for an out-of-state business that wants to build a new stadium here. That's my priority. I think there are many legislators that share that priority.
Mr. Speaker and Mr. Majority Leader, would you suggest that the governor talk to you before on this tax bill, before the bite?
You know, I'm going to be a little hard. We have a governor that's called us unfit to govern. He's called us liars. He said we're sneaking around him on all kinds of various initiatives that we're trying to put forward. That gets a little tiring. And I would just say to this governor, you know, we got a couple days left. It's not lost. We can work together. But we've got to put this kind of stuff aside. We've got to be willing to work together. Again, taking down this tax bill. Red veto pens don't move this state forward. Good work does. We've got a chance to do some good work. So, Governor, I would simply ask you, let's sit down and let's get some good work going here. The citizens of Minnesota deserve it. This was the best and is the best jobs program we could put forward this session. Now it's lost. Let's try to recover to the extent we can.
It sounds like you're ready to write another tax bill. At least what the Speaker said.
I'm not angry.
There were a couple of occasions where, as you know, we reopened the conference committee report and made a couple of adjustments. That was at the direction of the Minnesota Management and Budget Office. They made recommendations for the way we made those language changes. We believed that they were heading in our direction. We had the commissioner and his assistant and others at the table. They never said a word. When the governor vetoed this bill this morning, he had not contacted Chair Davids or me. We learned on Twitter that the governor was planning to veto. I don't think that that's respectful of either Chair Davids or myself or those committee members or the members of the legislature that voted in support of these proposals.
Even though he dissed you, would you be willing to go back to?
Let me just say, for goodness sakes, we have some wonderful people in this institution. We have a governor that needs to learn to work with them. If we do that, we'll be just fine. We can solve these problems in Minnesota. We don't need to go to Washington to solve our problems. We can solve them right here. All we need is a little cooperation from this governor.
Thanks, guys. Have a good afternoon.
Turn around some of this evidence in the